Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for spending this precious time with me. This message is for you. If you found this video, that is the intention I have set for this message. I have cleansed the space, as you see I'm finishing up doing here. And my intention is purely to bring forth clear, concise, and accurate messages from your spirit team, relayed through me from spirit, and to help give you the clarity, the answers, the information that you need most at this time. So I ask for you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and just set the intention to be open to receive the message you most need to hear right now. Time and space are irrelevant. So as you do that, I will be able to tune into those energies and bring those messages through for you. Again, thank you for spending your precious time with me. If you've never been here before, my name is Allie. I am an intuitive. I read intuitively. I'm a medium. And my passion is to bring you clear, truthful messages from your spiritual team, from Creator and beyond. So, what is the overall theme here, Spirit, for the viewer? Thank you. So, we have luck. We have distraction, number 15. Balance, preparation, and I'm not sure if we can get one more on here or not, but I feel very drawn to get one more card, Spirit. Okay, we may have gotten more than one here, and that's okay. Direction, that kind of makes sense actually. And then we have release. I'm going to actually, I know this might seem kind of weird, but I just feel very drawn to like propping this card up right here, if we even can. Okay, so one, two, three, four, five, six. So we were given 6 cards, but I actually feel like the energy of this reading is like a number 4. Is that balance? Is that stability energy? That taking ownership of your I'm hearing like sovereignty of your abilities, of your ability to release the past and welcome in new, fresh energy, regardless of what your circumstances may look like to you right now on the outside. It's giving full moon energy in regard to that releasing. And so what do we need to let go in order to prepare to be ushered in to a new timeline, in a different direction that is more aligned with your manifestations? It's a plural, manifestations. I'm hearing anything that is not aligned must go. And I believe in many instances, as of late for you, the universe has been actively removing people, places, things, habits, thought forms, ways of being. I don't feel like there's any aspect of your life that has been untouched by this energy of it being removed from you, because these were things that, or people or situations, places, whatever. Again, they're saying there's not a part of your life that has not been touched by this energy of upheaval, of removal, of things being taken away, of a crumbling down, of a real like 10 of Swords energy, removal. It's almost like you didn't even have to do the cord cutting. Spirit's been doing the cord cutting for you. And I feel like in many ways, this kind of feels like falling into a volcano. It may be hard to see that there is a higher or greater or more benevolent, is the word I'm hearing, purpose for the tower moments that have been going on in your life. But they are wanting to remind you that what this has been doing has been actually creating an equilibrium or a balance for you, in a hard, they're saying shove. I was going to say push, but they're very clearly saying a shove in getting you to release things that no longer serve you by any means necessary. This may be very specific for just one person, but there is some energy of a dog coming through. I don't know if somebody like maybe ended a relationship where, or rather a relationship ended where maybe there was a pet or an animal that was kind of caught in the mix. Again, that just feels incredibly specific. So if it doesn't resonate for you, don't worry about it. It doesn't mean that this isn't your reading, but that might be something that someone needs to hear to help them know that this is for them. Like there's some real upheaval, removal of people. Now I don't know that a pet was removed from you per se, but just there's an energy of there being like a shared resource or a shared love of something that is now caught in the middle, or there was a release there that maybe wasn't something that wanted to happen on your part or the other. I'm not going to linger there too long, but it did come through, so I wanted to honor it and mention it. There's also something about knitting coming through, so I don't know if this is something someone is doing right now for their pastime to help them get through this period, or if this is maybe a call to pick up a pastime of something that, you know, the energy I'm getting is something that you're doing, but also could be kind of it's weird. I'm getting two different energies actually, where it's kind of a mindless practice that helps you take your mind off of ruminating on things, or it could be a mindfulness practice where you're able to be doing something while also mentally sorting through the thoughts that kind of bog you down through the day. So whichever way that resonates for you, if you haven't, and if you've had the feeling that you should pick up something like that, or maybe you felt guilt of like, well, I have all these other things to do. I don't really need to be doing something that's just for me. That's just a simple practice of, you know, sitting down and knitting or crocheting something. Maybe you feel like you have more important things that you should be doing. Maybe that seems like a guilty pleasure. It's actually a call to do that thing, because I feel like it's a releasing yourself from constrictions, from bindings of feeling like you have to be on 24/7, doing, fixing, creating, figuring things out. You are allowed to spend 1 or 2 hours a day at this time in your life if you need to either mentally check out on something that brings you joy, or process these emotions that you're having by doing something that brings you joy. So I would really, really encourage you to either continue this practice or start this practice. Maybe it's painting or drawing or dancing or reading, you know, a young adult novel or something, you know, back to the knitting and crocheting, something that brings you joy, that you're doing something, but it's got an additional purpose to help you. The theme here really does seem to be a balancing out for you by releasing. And what I'm getting here is a baptism by fire energy, where you are releasing the past, but it is happening in a very fiery way. And the word they continue giving me is upheaval. And this may be something that's been going on for a long time, or it may have been going in waves for you, where you have a period of upheaval and things kind of maybe aren't great, but they kind of settle down somewhat. And then you have another wave of upheaval and then things settle down. And this could be going on for like the last 2 years or more. I do feel an energy of that coming to an end, because you are at the precipice. I'm hearing you're at the edge, at the cornerstone, of turning in a new direction. And this is number 12, which reminds me of the Hermit. No, because the Hermit's number 9, which reminds me of the Hanged Man. I'm sorry. They're both similar cards, so maybe you've kind of been in a hermited energy as you've been navigating this. But in the same vein, from the Hermit to the Hanged Man is a feeling of introspection, of going within, of trying to make sense of all that has been going on for you, and also trying to like hold your faith, hold the faith here. Again, they keep bringing me back to the release card, and 39 reduces to a 12 for me. So 12, 12, that may be a number that you've been seeing a lot lately, and they're telling me now that that is a sign specifically for you about the changes that are coming in and to help you go with the flow more. So that is if I could have like a tagline for this reading, it feels like that is the energy of that. Go with the flow. Allow the river of life to let you know it's going to be choppy waters in some points. It's going to be a blissful, calm, meandering, babbling brook in other places, and then whitewater rapids. But it's this reminder of that's life. And you may have been through a particularly choppy whitewater rapid part of the river of your life for quite a while now. And so it begs the question, of course, to Spirit and the universe, when is this going to stop? Is it ever going to stop? And I completely empathize with that feeling. But this is, there's so much hope in this direction card for me. I hope you can see the bursts of light behind the crow, that it's a bright new direction. It is full of joy and warmth and sunshine. It is that lazy river, babbling brook laid back in your inner tube with the sun on your skin kind of feeling. And it's going to feel all the more blissful and sweeter after the intense whitewater rapids that you have been navigating in your life for the last several years. I do feel like Spirit has been trying to send you signs in this preparation energy of preparing for this new direction, because it does feel like there's luck involved here, like with this card. It does feel like all of this intense upheaval and release that Spirit is forcing upon you, and they're saying forcing upon you, but it's a very interesting feeling, because it doesn't feel, yes, I think you may have been able to do this release work on your own, but I think there's been too much to it. And you've also been asking your guides for help. And so they're reminding me that this is part of the help. It may not come packaged in the way that you were hoping at this moment in time, but this is part of the help that you've been asking for, is this kind of cosmic release. I felt guided to take the first card off the top here, which is bond. And that also makes a ton of sense to me. This bond that you have created with your guides, with your angels, I feel heavily angelic beings here. And your higher self, along with spirit, is a deep, caring bond. And it's almost like, I'll be honest, it almost feels like in some of these removals that they have had to instigate for you, that it's kind of like when you, if you're a parent, it could be a pet parent or not, and you have to take something from your child that's not healthy for them, but all they are seeing is their loved one taking something away from them that they thought was good. But really they knew better, and like, you can't go to bed with a popsicle in your mouth, kind of a thing, you know. But the child doesn't get that. They just think that you're ripping a popsicle away from them because they don't understand. I hope that makes sense. It seems kind of like a strange, I don't know why I try to decode these things anymore. Hopefully that makes sense. So these things that you may have been crying and saying, why would you take that from me? Why would that crumble? Why did that happen? And it's like, well, they are the ones that have the bird's eye view. They're the ones that see the new direction and the luck and the opportunity that's coming up. They're trying to help you get prepared. They're trying to make things more balanced in your life. It's a shove from the universe to get you on the right path because you literally asked for that. And so, you don't have to be, sunshine and daisies and roses about whatever upheaval may be going on in your life. I'm not at all suggesting that. You have to feel it to heal it, as they say. Allow yourself to feel as upset and despondent as you may feel. But at least know, I can't see it yet, but there is a divine reason this was removed from my life. And what they're showing me here is that divine reason is absolute preparation and to get you balanced for this new direction that is coming up in your life. And so the things that no longer served you must be released. For some of you, it may be like 3 specific tower moments or just very painful endings or releases that have occurred for you, or maybe over the last 3 weeks. Know that this is with purpose. This is with purpose. I kind of want to see what's at the bottom of the deck here. Mischief. This really gives me more. 31 reduces to a 4. This really gives me, again, that energy of finding things that do bring you joy, allowing yourself to play, allowing yourself time for the dust to settle and for it to feel more balanced than it does at the moment. Allow, flow. I get that may be easier said than done. It's a calling to allow that energy to flow and allow yourself to feel it. You are allowed to feel however you feel about this situation. They're just asking for you to have that higher perspective. You asked for help, and this is how the help has to play out to get you where you ultimately really want to be, for this new opportunity that is very lucky. They're telling me it's going to seem very lucky, but there has always been and always will be divine timing playing out in your life because of the purpose that your soul holds here, the frequency that you hold, the things you're supposed to accomplish. There is always a divine layer to all that goes on with your life. And maybe as you sit here, you're able to look back at like 10 years ago and the terrible things that have happened. You wouldn't be who you are today if those things hadn't happened in that way. Or maybe you wouldn't have met this person that is so integral in your life if you hadn't clicked on that video or picked up that book or clicked on some link on social media. I mean, just the things that seem so random are really divine interventions and happenings to get you where your soul ultimately wants you to be. So, let's see if we can get some more. I feel very called to get a rune right now. Thank you, Spirit. What other messages do you have for those who are still tuned in? Okay, so we have, I think this is no, it's not Manaz. What is it? Dagas? I think this is Ewaz. Let me get my little paper here. Awaz, yes. Then we have Kinas. And then we have Ingwaz. Okay. So with Ewaz, that's about teamwork, trust, harmony. And they had me put that on the distraction card. So maybe there is someone that either will be coming into your life or someone who's already in your life that can help bring a bit of a sense of balance to what you're going through, as well as maybe a skill or to teach you something new. I feel like there's someone coming in, if you don't know them already, that's going to either teach you something or just even give you a different perspective about how to gain more mastery or balance over your life, so that it doesn't feel like such white water rapids all the time. And this is about, Ingwaz is about wholeness. It's about utter creation. Paired with the Kinas, which is like the flame, this Ingwaz rune could be like an energetic burst, that passion, that fire. So this feels like almost like a double dose of this, but in a balanced way. So I would be open, and I would set that intention to be open to receive that higher learning or information, to receive that teacher or mentor. It may not even be something you're fully aware of yet, but I would just set that intention, because whoever or whatever this is, I feel like is someone who will bring you a great deal of balance and will help you on many levels. It's an invitation. It's almost an invitation to allow yourself to be distracted by this person, this learning, this mentor, because it's all set up in divine timing to really help you gain the balance, the preparation, and the stability, and the new direction that you need for whatever this new opportunity you're on the precipice of, it's on the horizon. Something about morning time coming through. So I feel very called to ask you about if there's any morning habits or routines that you feel like you should switch up. So if this is something, I feel from Spirit that this is something that's already been in like an intuitive nudge from you. Like, I should really not spend my morning doing X, Y, Z. Something maybe that's not productive, or spending too much time on, scrolling social media. I know I do. I have this problem sometimes. I get stuck in a loop and I'm just scrolling, like mind numbing scrolling. Maybe it's getting up and starting a new routine to walk, and take in, the nature surroundings around you, or to read a self-help book of someone that Eckhart Tolle is coming to mind. And that's someone that's been on my radar that I need to read his books again, to get back in that presence, mindfulness. He's just such a calming energy to me, and a mentor I would like to emulate. So that's just a personal example of switching up your morning routine so that it sets you up for a better day. I mean, truly, sitting down to read a chapter of an Eckhart Tolle book would be infinitely better to set up my day mentally and emotionally than scrolling through the vitriol on Facebook right now. You know what I mean? So I really feel like somebody needs to hear that, about switching up your morning routine. Let's see. I feel called to maybe just get a few more messages. I'm really, really called. I don't know if I've ever used this deck on the channel before, but this is the deck that they were bringing me to. So this is the Dreamscape Oracle. If you haven't already, I would really love it if you could like, share, or subscribe. Especially subscribing would mean the world to me. If you leave a comment, that is, I read all of your comments. I try to reply to every single person because I am so grateful for your beautiful energy that you choose to share with me. If you don't know what to say, if you want to just leave like a crow emoji or a feather emoji, or a purple heart emoji to let me know you made it this far, I would be infinitely grateful. Those are all free ways to help support me in the channel, and it also just helps me know that you want to hear me bring these messages through for you. So please and thank you, Spirit. Can we have a final clarifying message for the collective? Are you kidding me? Okay, so this is a raven, obviously. And harpy eagle. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Then we have elephant at the bottom. So, wow. 2 incredibly powerful, really 3, because the crow is separate from the raven. It's incredible that they're both facing that direction. And that direction for me is west. So that may have some kind of, I don't know, that may mean something to somebody. The western direction. The Andean cross is coming through intuitively for me right now. So we have raven and we have harpy eagle. Harpy eagle is a very, very interesting animal to me because don't quote me on this, I believe they're the largest predator that doesn't have any natural predators with the exception of human beings. And this is terrible. So a trigger warning for something really awful that I'm about to say. Harpy eagles are very easy to kill because they don't anticipate that a human being would just walk up and kill them, and they can. So humans are actually the only known predator of the harpy eagle. And it breaks my heart as an animal lover. I can't wrap my head around that. But I feel like this message of the harpy eagle is not only a message of the strength that you possess, but also the type of person that you have been up until this point, where I feel like you gave and you give and you are unassuming and unsuspecting, and it's not from a naivety standpoint, although it may have been in your younger years. I think up until this point, it has been a part of just who you are as a soul, that you're a good human being, that you care about other people, that you're always someone who's trying to see the best in others. So when they disappoint you, when they hurt you, when they do things that just seem unimaginable because you lifted them up, you cared about them, you were there for them, to be treated in that way feels like such a dagger to the heart. And it's a reminder, I feel, that you can be as strong as this harpy eagle and also as intuitive now and wise as the raven. So you can give that energy, but to the right people, to the right situations, the right circumstances, the right job, whatever that is, without constantly being so deeply hurt by people. And I do feel like that's part of the release you're going through right now. You may have been hurt like that for the last time, and this is going to hurt deeply, immeasurably, because it's something you have to remember. You can't move unconsciously anymore in the sense of constantly assuming that people are good. You can treat people the way you've always treated them while also having healthy boundaries. It's about healthy boundaries, and you can do this with this intuitive knowing. There's something so specific about the western direction coming up for me right now. And because I'm recording on my phone, I don't have the ability as I sit here to look that up. And I hate that I cannot remember exactly what the western direction means. But if you feel drawn to look that up and either share it or just look that up for yourself, I would highly encourage it, because there's definitely something about the western direction on the medicine wheel that is significant for you at this time. Let's just go ahead and read Raven in this book, and I'll probably call it a day on this reading. Well, we'll read Harpy Eagle too. The Harpy Eagle in the Dreamscape Oracle is a female from the American variety. Harpy Eagles are a sign that you need to change something in your life. They represent your strength and none of your weaknesses. The Harpy Eagle comes to you via visions in your sleep time and your waking days. When it appears, heed the message and take a good look at what is out of balance in your life. Wow, take stock of your life. Are you where you want to be emotionally, physically, and financially? Now is the time to envision where you want to be and who you want in your life. I feel called to read that again. Now is the time to envision where you want to be and who you want in your life. Harness Harpy Eagle power when times are tough and you need some extra help to guide you to the other side. Wow, that's like literally what I feel like we've been talking about in this reading. And then Raven. Humans underestimate ravens. They are cunning and intelligent creatures who use tools to get what they want. It's no wonder most mythology refers to them as psychopomps. A psychopomp is a guide who leads the deceased to their resting place. Ravens have been heralds of the dying for as long as civilization can recall. If Raven has come to you today, it's time to get crafty. Use your intelligence to make a vital shift happen. Honor those who live in memory. Set up an altar and pay respect to the dead. Now, I'm getting multiple messages here. What you're going through is literally a death in your life. It's an end of an old way of being, and you're moving into a brand new way of being. And you've learned some really intense lessons along the way. Use your intelligence to make a vital shift happen. Again, with maybe changing routines and doing something like we were talking about in the beginning, like it says being crafty, doing something that brings you joy, where you're using your hands or you're painting or drawing or knitting or whatever, so to help your brain process something in a different way. And this intuitive aspect with the crow and the raven, the harpy eagle, honoring that. And also, as I record this, because these are always timeless, but I am recording this on October 26th. So the veil, and I've been feeling this intensely the last few days, the veil is incredibly thin right now. If you haven't already, I would sincerely encourage you to set up a little altar for your past loved ones with either a picture or something that reminds you of them, something that feels like it's honoring them, and just have that little space in your home, as the veil, especially as the veil is so thin right now. I've been able to feel it immensely, and so I do feel like you are guided. You have a deep bond with someone who has, more than one person, who has passed on for you, that is guiding you still, protecting you and watching over you, and wants you to see how strong you are. I'm going to bring it up again because it's like the fourth time that they've said this, but if you haven't watched my previous reading, or my previous message of the finish line is near, I do feel like there is a message for you there. It was a real short channeling compared to this, and they keep bringing it up, so I want to mention that. But I think that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you so much. Please remember how strong you are, and thank you so much for spending your precious time with me. Again, please let me know if this resonated for you. It helps the algorithm, and it also helps me to know that you're here and this means something to you. I would appreciate it immensely. Like, share, subscribe. Yeah. You can book a personal reading with me if you like. My website is thecl.com, or you can email me, call me, whatever you feel like, if you're interested in working with me in that way. More than anything, please take excellent care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.